Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this week I'm going to be doing something so beyond exciting because I am finally, at last, going to be tackling my balcony makeover. So this is going to be the full end-to-end transformation with tons of DIYs and so much good stuff. Hopefully it's going to turn out as good as I have envisioned it in my head. This balcony is one of the main focal points when you're walking through my living room and through my dining room. It definitely needs to continue with some of the elements that are included in my living room and actually in my indoor space. So in terms of colors, I think I'm going to keep it neutral because my indoor space, it has a lot of creams and whites and neutral colors, so I want to kind of continue that throughout. Another thing I really want to do is bring some more greenery to this space because a lot of my windows do face forest, and I just want to keep that kind of greenery trend but pull it in closer so it feels like it's part of my actual space as well. Some of the projects in this video I have created full tutorial videos for that go into more detail, so if you're interested in those, I will link those below. So the very first thing I want to tackle is actually the privacy situation. And why, you may ask? Because half of the view of the balcony is stunning, it's beautiful, it's trees. But then take a few steps over and half of the view is actually of a new construction building that's going up. It's huge and I really just don't like looking at that. So I want to create some more privacy. I think I've come up with a design that should be good for this, whereby I can cover the existing railing with wood, add a little bit more of that nature element into the space. So without further ado, I'm going to grab my wood that's downstairs and we can get to building.
Do you know I'm looking and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love?
Okay, so it is now time to measure everything out and mark everything off. What we're marking off is the beginning of where each wooden piece should sit.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my home hope. I look for the things I don't know.
I have two types of deck stain. One is in the color honey gold. So I'm gonna try this out on a piece, and if this is too yellowy or orangey, I did get a clear deck stain. So we'll just see how it goes. So I just like stirred the can, and this is what it's looking like on the paint stick. I have a very bad feeling. It is so orange. Oh my good God. We will still try it on a piece of pine though. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Learning moment here. 99% sure that this is just a horrible color. Why, Dalia, why? Okay, so it has now actually been a couple days and we're just about ready to take out the railing cover thing. Let's get going. Okay, so the balcony is already looking so much better, so much more privacy is there. I love the color of it and everything. I actually feel like it really grounds the space as well and makes it feel like it's definitely part of an extension of the home, if that makes sense. So I'm loving it so far, and I definitely think the next step is to add something on the ground. So for that, I was toying with a couple different ideas, but I think adding some fake greenery would look really nice. Let me show you what I mean. Here's how it's looking so far, and as you can see, this wood looks like it just was never stained or anything. It's super gray, and I think if I were to add some greenery, it could just kind of like pull that greenery that's out there into this area and just really make it more vibrant and like it's, you know, the perfect summertime balcony. And in terms of which rug I got, this is the one I picked up. It was from Walmart. This is 8x6, so it's pretty large. The green looks decently realistic. It's pretty comfortable. And I feel like this will go just perfectly in that exact spot. So I'm going to lay this down and cut it up. Then we'll put it out and see how it looks, and then carry on with all the other projects.
And I really wanna know, really wanna know if I'll ever figure out where the road goes.
So this grass is actually looking a little bit sad. The part that was exposed and wasn't pushed down looked really good and really fluffy, and then any part that was super pushed down just looks really flat and not the most realistic. However, I just noticed that through rubbing it kind of backwards and disrupting it a little bit, you can get it to perk up pretty easily. So I'll just have to do that at some point on the whole thing. Okay, so I am absolutely loving the grass. I actually took a step back and looked at it, and it actually did exactly what I wanted in terms of extending the grass that is down below and just making it all kind of seem cohesive. 10 out of 10, it did exactly what I wanted. It looks great. And the next thing we're actually going to do is tackle this corner right here, because what I want to do is add a little barbecue section. I'm a renter, we're in an apartment building, and therefore we can't have a typical barbecue. It needs to be a grill, and a lot of the grill based, like electric grill barbecues, are either very, very, very expensive, like over $1,000 for a decent looking one, or they're really, really ugly. So instead, I found one that I really do like. It has a really cool design. It's electric, but it is a tabletop barbecue. And so I figure I could build out a kitchen area for below it that I could sit on, and it will go right in that corner. Now my vision for this is something that is kind of Mediterranean inspired, or picture even like a luxury Balinese villa, or something that could fit into a luxury Greek villa. I guess those are kind of, why are those the same? You'll see what I mean when it comes together. It should be very, very nice, very elegant, very modern, and look super cool if it comes together properly. So let's cross our fingers and let's get started. So yesterday my husband and I went to Home Depot and we picked out all the wood. We are using 1x4s for basically every piece in this diagram, with the exception of the 4 pillars. So this is the first kind of stage of the building that we're going to be doing. Then as you go over here, you can see that we're going to fill in all the sides with plywood, and then finally add some shelves. Guys, this is so legit. This is literally a countertop. Yo, this is how you frame a countertop.
Sick.
Hard to resist, got me looking like this, like the one before. Guess I must be strong.
My shoulder's killing me. The next step is going to be to caulk all the little gaps and stuff. I've been putting it off for like the last 45 minutes, but I'm gonna do it now. I'm going to put some spackling on the outside of this. I want it to look kind of like this organic cementy look. So that's what I'm going for, you know? Now this stuff is graded for interior and exterior. And not all spackling I think is like rated for exterior to my knowledge, but yeah.
Well, you know what they say. There are no kingdoms without rulers. Are you ready for change? We could be kings and queens every day. On the low, we are brave. Yes, even braver than the bravest. So let's go, start the race. We should be kings and queens every day. You've been trying to find your crown. Happy camper through the ups and downs. Keeping calm, winning ground. Let's build castles now. We'll make gold on our way up through them trees before we reach them tops. Oh no, half isn't enough. Let's build castles now.
Sides.
Okay, so to really make that kitchen area look like a kitchen-y area, I have an idea that was the loosest idea ever. It was kind of like a two-part intention. The first part was I wanted to change the wall color behind that whole area. I actually don't like the exterior siding color in general, so I was really trying to rack my brain how I could change it up while also making that area look a little bit more kitchen-y, if that makes sense. And so I have this really random idea to hang an exterior rug up on the wall to mimic a backsplash or something like that. You'll get what I mean. So I basically went onto Society 6 and I was searching and I found this one print that I really liked, and I saw that it was available as a custom printed outdoor rug. I'm going to grab it. Uno momente. Here is the rug. Am I 100% sure that I know I'm gonna hang this on the wall? No, but I also have an idea for that and hopefully it'll be fine. What do we think about it? I think this could work like this. Okay, so I did a little bit of thinking around how I would hang the rug, and I think I figured out a way, fingers crossed, that's gonna work. So I have vinyl siding hooks, but then I need to add little loops for it to attach onto. So my plan is to use the little ribbon, cut little pieces, do it in a little loop-de-loop, and then sew it with some white thread. Hopefully this will work. So I just wanted to take a quick minute to say that if you're enjoying this video and you like me, it would mean so much to me if you hit the like button down below, and also leave me a comment and tell me what your favorite part of the balcony is so far. I also do have an Instagram. I'm at DIY Dalia with an underscore at the end, and you can check me out over there too. Okay, back to the tutorial. Okay, so I have all the little loops on the top of this. As you can see, I have one here, and then I have one nearish to the center right here, and one on the other edge. Let's see how this is gonna work. As I mentioned, to actually hang them, I have these like little nifty vinyl siding hooks. They kind of just like slide into the groove. They lock in place, and the little hook on the end should fit perfectly into each of these loops. I think this should work, so let's give it a go. Okay, so the next thing I am going to do is actually work on something that's gonna go on the left side of the balcony. That empty space, since last year, I have planned to put a planter pot in there. I initially wanted to custom build a planter pot just like how I did for the barbecue stand, but I think at this point, if I can find something at the store that might work, I think it would just be a little bit easier. I'm getting a little bit tired from the barbecue stand. And when I was at HomeSense, I did actually find something that I think could work. I found these two planters that are rectangular, they're different sizes, they're right there, and I will show you them in 1 second. And they're the wrong color, but I feel like if I stack them in the right way, they could be really, really cool. So I think that's what I'm gonna use. Let me show you what they look like. Okay, so these are the two planters. There's this one that's smaller, and then this one that is larger, and my idea is to put the smaller one down first, and then the larger one on top, and then we're gonna get this really nice, cool stack design. Obviously, this is like a cement look planter, and that wouldn't go with the color scheme. Everything that I'm doing is more like creams. So I think I will just apply a coat of outdoor paint on them, and then I will layer them, stick them together, and hopefully it'll work. Fill it with some faux greens, perhaps. But yeah, this is it. Let's get on painting this.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in all conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
So this is what the two planters look like stacked, and I think it looks really good with the white especially. And so now we just have to fill this up with some greenery. I was really racking my brain to think of what I could put in here. I was thinking maybe just buying a couple individual plants and just plopping them in here. Fake ones, obviously, because I'm gonna be traveling and stuff. I don't really want to take care of real plants. But then I saw these fake plants on Amazon. I saw a couple different kinds. I ordered some test ones, and I landed on ones that I really, really like. They come in this big pack of 6. This is 3 stems, so double this. This is what each stem looks like when it's kind of been expanded a bit, because it comes super scrunched up. And so I think if I just put a bunch of them in there, it will look kind of like, I think it's called like boxwood. Maybe I'm wrong. And then I was like, okay, but how will I actually get these to stand up in here? I don't want to fill this with soil. That will be so much soil and so heavy. And these are fake, so it doesn't need that. And then I was looking online and I saw that you can totally put wet floral foam in this. So I'm going to put some dollar store plant pots at the bottom of this just for volume. And then I'm gonna fill all around it with floral foam and then stick these in.
Make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
Okay, so I think we are finally ready to move on to some of the final touches, including a cool bistro set that I found from Walmart for a pretty affordable price, some artwork, and some other little details that'll bring the whole space together. And then I'll show you the full reveal of the balcony. How did you take this out?
Want me to do it?
Oh my god.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane.
And then for this wall right here, I decided I'm gonna put up a painting that I once made. This was actually an Anthropologie dupe of a really, really expensive piece of artwork.
And now
How good does that look?
there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
So before I show you the final reveal, I did just want to take a moment to show you the mock-ups that I did because I promised that I would. These are the mock-ups that I did of the front view, the left side view, and of the right side view. So keep that in mind as you're about to see the full reveal. But first, a little refresher of what the old balcony looked like. So this is the before view, and this is going to be the after. So this is my balcony makeover, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed. This turned out even better than I could have expected. Honestly, it pulled the whole space together and it's so cozy and so welcoming, and I just love it so much. Thank you to all the Homemade Happy viewers as well who stuck around week by week watching this space be transformed and the rest of my apartment as well. I can't wait for the next extreme room makeover. It might be my living room or my dining room or my bedroom. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.